All right, welcome back. A couple of reminders to you. The Steelers announced their preseason schedule. We're happy at KDKA to have 3 of the 4 games. The first 2 at home. August 9th, that'll be against Tampa Bay. August 17th against Kansas City, both at Heinz Field. Then they go on the road to play Tennessee. That's a national game on NBC. And then the final one, August 29th at Carolina. Paul, in answer to the previous texter or the tweeter's comments about Jeff Capel, he thinks he could get there. If Texas Tech can do it, why not them? Well, because they got a long way to go, I think.
Yeah, I think they're much further away, aren't they, than Texas Tech? I mean, it's going to take – I don't see them being in the NCAA tournament next year, but maybe the year after.
Plus, you don't have a guy like Jared Culver either, who can hit shots all over. What a great game there. By the way, I thought that was highly entertaining.
Yeah, that was
Some people complain about defense. Defense is good. There were offensive players all over the court.
Right, and I think that's the biggest thing. And, you know, you're complaining about defense. Didn't both teams get to the 80s, or at least one of the teams got to the, I think it was like 80 to
85,
77.
Or something
Well,
like it took overtime, but so what?
Right.
They got there. Bruce, North Hills, you're on. Go ahead, Bruce.
Hey, Bob and Paul. Hey, got a comment about Chris Archer's suspension.
Okay.
5 games. It should be 20 games. Not only should he be suspended, so should the manager and Ray Sears, the pitching coach. They told him to throw at him. This stuff has got to stop.
20 games, you think? He didn't even hit him?
20 games. If you throw at a batter on purpose, 20 games.
Well, he says afterwards he wasn't doing it on purpose, wink, wink, which I couldn't believe. To counteract that, Paul, I'll throw this to you. Kevin Davis says, stand and pose is one thing. 27 seconds to circle the bases. Archer let him off easy. So you have 2 different opinions there.
Again, I mean, I think it's all, you know, basically policed by the players.
Right.
And what's the difference between taking 27 seconds to run around the base and Chris Archer doing the moonwalk from the mound into the dugout when he strikes somebody out? There's no difference.
A lot of people find that more offensive, like he's showing everybody
all the
up.
same stuff. And here's my thing: none of that stuff really bothers me.
I like emotion. Don't you like emotion in the game?
I do too, but it doesn't bother me if a guy takes exception to it and puts a ball in the middle of your back.
Right. If he does something that's really disparaging out there, that's different. If he makes a signal or a sign that's something that shouldn't be shown, that's different. If he's just having fun, I'm sorry. I don't have a problem with it at all. Let's go to Dave in Bell Vernon. Hey, Dave, how are you?
Bob, it's nice to have you and Paul together there. I have 2 quick questions. I want to know who you felt would be the come out east in the NBA. And
an NBA question. Thank you for calling.
The Warriors, the best shot at knocking them out. And I want Paul's opinion also on who's going to win the Masters. Thanks very much, Paul.
All right. Take the second part first, Paul. Your Masters.
Rory, why not? Rory's playing really, really well.
So are a lot of guys.
So, I mean, to me, you know what? I'll go with the chalk. How about that?
I'm going to go with Tony Finau just because.
All right, because.
Okay, now let's talk about
I say Rory
the NBA.
McIlroy, yes. I like the Sixers, man. I do. I like the Sixers to come out at East, and I think they could beat the Golden State Warriors.
Well, they have already this year, twice.
I think they could beat them.
All right, in the West, though, I think his question was who in the West might be able to handle Golden State. Because if there is a team, Houston has beaten them 3 times this year.
Yeah.
And so they have.
The thing that Houston has going for them is they can score a lot of points.
And they hit threes all over the place. Take about 70 a game, it seems.
They can win a 135 to 130 game. So.
Right.
You know, to me, that would be the team that I would say probably has the best chance.
But the Eastern Conference is interesting because it's the first time in many, many years there's no LeBron James, which means Cleveland has withdrawn.
Right.
So it's wide open, really. I think Milwaukee, they have home court, if I'm not mistaken, all the way through. And Antetokounmpo is something different. I've not seen many people like him, but don't underestimate Boston because Gordon Hayward's playing better. And who else? Indiana, even without Victor Oladipo, is pretty good.
Yeah. I mean,
who am I missing? There's somebody else in there too.
Toronto.
Toronto Raptors.
Yeah. So I mean, there's some good teams, but I kind of like the Sixers. How about T.J. McConnell playing against Steph Curry in the finals? Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be fun. That would be interesting. Let's go to line 1. That's Herb in Renfrew. Hey, Herb, how are you?
Hi, Bob and Paul. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
And Bob, after being at the NFL meeting in Arizona and talking to Mike Tomlin, do you think the Steelers will offer him a contract extension, or will they lose him if they don't?
They don't lose him. He has 2 years left. I think that's a misnomer out there. I mean, this is the time they normally extend. They may decide to wait until this year to see what happens, or they may do it. I know that Art Rooney has a lot of respect for Mike Tomlin. He's had him here for one of the longest tenures of any head coach in the league. So I don't know, though. I'm to the point now I think they may wait. I wouldn't be surprised if they extend because they believe in what he does.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is, would he want to sign it?
Well, if they don't offer, and if he
Right.
has a really good year, he
That's
may
what
decide
I mean. He might just say it's time for me to go. I mean, you know, the thing about it is, what'd you say, 13 years now, whatever it is. That's, you know, and nowadays the Bill Belichick thing is really, really just rare and probably not going to happen where a guy's around for 20 years anymore.
Except if it does happen, it happens here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it
given
will,
how
but
many
it
runs
won't
they've had.
shock me if there's only like 2 or 3 more years left in this thing.
We'll see. All right, we're going to take a break here. Thanks for that call. We got to do some business with you. We'll be back with more on the Nightly Sports Call.